can skip on to motivation. That is also, I think, from the very first, the very important thing that we all should have is motivation, right? So for the MPhil clinical psychology, you should have an intrinsic motivation. Everyone should have an intrinsic motivation. You should have a passion. Everyone should know that okay, the 2 year experience is very hectic. I think most of you all you know, but still you are so much passionate about going for that. So I think most of you are very intrinsically motivated. So it's very important to study the motivation theory, even though it seems to be very easy. But the questions seems to be tough when it comes to the entrance examination because you should know each and every theory, the year, because lots of theories are there in motivation concept. So you should know the authors who invented that particular term, in which year it was proposed. So generally people have a confidence that they will score good marks in general psychology because I have been studying all these things from my degree onwards. So generally people have some sort of fake confidence, but it's not. In reality, a lot of questions can be expected from general psychology, and there is a lot of chance to just forget all those things. So just keeps on revising all these topics. Okay. So introduction. This motivation, this term, it is derived from a Latin word which is called as movere, which means to move. Okay. So there are a lot of definition that is given to motivation, like it is a driving force that initiate and directs behavior. So generally, it is a force that will help or pull a person to do a particular activity. And another important concept is the motivational cycle. So you should know the motivational cycle. The first one is the need. Need will go to drive. Drive will goes to incentive. Then it goes to goal, and again the cycle goes. So what is the need? Need, it is actually a deficiency. Like it can be a psychological need, it can be a physiological need. So if you are deprived of food, what is the deficiency there? Food is the deficiency. So the need will be food. Next is drive. So if we are so much hungry is there, we are so much exhausted, what we will do? If you have a particular tension within us, because we need to what? We need to eat food. Okay. So that is called as drive. That particular tension state is called as drive. So that tension state is called as drive. Then what will happen? So when we get the food, actually it is satisfying our need, it is reducing our drive. That is called as an incentive. The goal, we are actually getting back to the normal state, to the equilibrium, to the homeostasis state. So that is goal. So need is a deficiency. Because of this deficiency, we are having some kind of tension, that is drive. And drive leads to what? Getting that particular need, that is the incentive. That is the particular stimulus or event that will mitigate the need. So that is incentive. Finally, the goal. We are getting back to our normal. We are gaining the balance back. So that is the goal. So that is the motivational cycle. Next, there are different approaches towards this motivation. The one is instinct approach. So the one of the major proponent of this instinct approach is William James. Okay, so William James is famous for functionalism. Hope you remember it. So the instinct, what is meant by instinct? That is a biologically determined, the innate pattern of behavior is called as instinct. So according to this instinct approach, it assumes that people are almost ruled by the instinct. Like it is almost similar to animals. So we are motivated because of some instinct within us. So motivation is actually an instinct. We need to do something. So that is the instinct approach says. Like it is not learned, but it is innate within us. From the childhood, from the very beginning of our birth itself, we are motivation. We have a particular motivation. So that is the instinct approach says. Okay. The next one is drive reduction approach. So it says that a particular motivation will arise whenever we are having a tension, a particular kind of drive is there. So we are mainly motivated to reduce that tension state, to reduce the drive. That is drive reduction approach. Because we people don't like the tension state, the aroused state. We don't like it. We need a balance with it throughout our life. So whenever there is a drive, we need to reduce that drive condition. So that is drive reduction approach. So we are motivated to reduce our drive and get back to that equilibrium. Okay. So a related theory for this approach is the curiosity drive theory. So according to this curiosity drive theory, we have many people are very much adventurous in nature. They are very curious to know about something. So actually, the curiosity itself is acting as a drive. Like it is because we don't know what is there inside our room. So we are curious about it. So this uncertainty itself is acting as what? Attention, a drive. So that is what this theory states. That is the undesirable experience of this uncertainty is acting as a drive. So we need to reduce that drive in order to gain balance. The next approach is arousal approach to motivation. So according to this, we need to have an optimal level of arousal. It neither should be too high, neither should be too low. An optimal, a moderate level of arousal should be maintained. So what happens if it is too high? We are motivated to reduce it. What happens if it is too low? We are motivated to heighten it. So that is the arousal approach to motivation. And the main important law that is related to the arousal approach is Yerkes-Dodson law. Okay, so the Yerkes-Dodson law states that we almost want to have an optimal level of arousal, and in the optimal level of arousal only we will be having a better performance. So in the high or low level of arousal, our performance will be very low. So the best performance will be gained from optimal level of arousal. Okay, so a related term is a sensation seeker. So for a particular person, they need a heightened arousal, like a kind of hyperactivity. Some people always need to have a high curiosity will be there. They need higher attention from others. So they are called as sensation seekers because they need to have more arousal than an average person. Okay, and another important question can be asked like for high achievers. Okay, which type of task they will do, moderate level or higher difficulty level or lower level? I think you will be very familiar with that question. The answer is moderate level. Okay, so a sensation seeker, a person who have a high achievement, they always go for a moderate level difficulty of task. Okay, next is incentive approach. Incentive, like anything that attracts a person or anything that mitigate a particular need, that is called as an incentive. So we are motivated in order to get a reward from others. Okay, that is basically it says that we all human beings are externally motivated. We are extrinsically motivated. So in order to get a reward, we are going for what we are doing, or we will be having a motivation. That is incentive approach. Next is ethological approach. So it says that our behavior, it is a part of our biological structure, like some kind of evolutionary perspective. So you should study the major proponents of ethological approach. Okay, you should study Charles Darwin, Conrad Lorenz, and Nicholas Steinberg. So they most are related to ethology. So ethology, it is a study of behavior pattern of a particular species. Okay, like human, birds, cows, like particular species only. Okay, so that is called as ethology. These three personalities, it's very important: Charles Darwin, Nicholas Steinbergen, and Conrad Lorenz. At the time you are hearing all these names, you should remember, okay, this is related to ethology.